The Martian by Andy Weir is a story of a man who gets left behind on Mars because everyone else is forced to evacuate and they think he's dead, and so they leave. But little do they know, he is actually alive. He has to survive on Mars for long enough that the people back on Earth can come and rescue him. This is a really, really amazing book. It very nearly gave me a serious book hangover, but thankfully I was saved. My boyfriend informs me that a lot of people, after seeing the movie, have thought that this was a true story, and it's not. Trust me, like, if this were a true story, you would know, you would have known about it beforehand because it would have been on the news for like 3 years. But the thing is, though, it's very understandable that this would be thought to have been a true story because a lot of it is real shit. Like, you can tell that the author did not bullshit with his space knowledge, basically. So, Andy Weir, who wrote this book, is a very, very smart man. He started working as a programmer at age 15, and so that gives you some idea of his extreme intelligence. And he seriously studies up on like orbital dynamics and other space-related things for fun. So he actually knew what he was talking about when he wrote this book. So it's a pretty good book for fans of anything real, like biographies and whatnot, because it's something that could be real. Like everything happens as if it could happen in real life. It's also a really good book for fans of sci-fi because especially if you're tired of the fake shit that people come up with. First part of the book focuses just on Mark Watney's survival in space. And after the first 50 pages or so, it starts being interspersed with the point of view of the people back on Earth at NASA trying to figure out what to do once they find out he's alive. And then also it starts alternating between his point of view and their point of view and the point of view of the crew who left him behind, who is still in space on their way back. And so at first it's a little bit slow for maybe the first like 30 pages or so because it's just his survival narrative, and when you don't know what like half the shit is that he's doing or that he's using, it's kind of hard to picture in your mind. Like, I kind of wish there were pictures of some of that stuff in this book. That would be really awesome, but I guess I just have to see the movie because there aren't any pictures. But at a certain point, you kind of just start familiarizing yourself with it. Like, you just get more familiar with it, and you start knowing what the heck it is he's talking about. Especially when it alternates between him and the people back at NASA on Earth, and whatnot. So then it kind of like divides up the story a little bit better. And of course, one of the key things that makes a story really good and that really moves the story forward is having bad things happen to good people. And Mark Watney is a very good person, and he's a really nice person and a funny person and all this stuff. And all this really horrible crap happens to him the entire time. He starts growing potatoes on Mars. Like, he figures out how to grow crops, but all he has is potatoes. And so he just like eats potatoes at every meal. And then at some point when he's just about ready to harvest all the potatoes, the entire place like gets destroyed, so he can't make any more potatoes, and he has to just like figure out how to survive off of the potatoes that he has, and that's it. And so yeah, so like there's setback after setback of like stuff happening to him, and then also the fact that he's such a good person and everything, and he's like so fun to read about, really like makes you want him to survive really badly. Like, I was seriously going like, come on, go, you can do it. And that's probably part of the reason why the people, his crew that left him behind, and then the people back on Earth are working so hard to save him. Like, if he were an asshole, like, nobody, they wouldn't have gone against what was probably safe and sensible to do all that stuff to save him. And another thing I really liked about this book is how many really awesome female characters there are. There are actually probably four women in this book total, I believe, unless one just showed up really quickly and I forgot about her. I don't know, but basically though, two of those women are among the crew who left him on Mars and is going back to get him, and one of them is the leader of the expedition. She's in the military and she's like really badass, and then the other woman on their crew is a programmer and she's just super awesome too. So they're like two women in prominent roles in this book, and then also there's an orbital engineer at NASA as well in this book, and she's pretty awesome. So if you're looking for like, if you think this book is just gonna be about a bunch of dudes and you're like worried about reading it for that reason, like don't be, because there are awesome women in this book. And honestly, all the characters in this book are really cool, so it keeps you entertained. You're not just reading like some dry thing. Um, Anyway, I think this review is getting a little bit too long. I hope I talked about everything that I wanted to talk about. But I wanted to do at least some kind of review about this book because it is really good and it's seriously just like blew my mind. So just letting you know, I'm going on tour starting Friday, and so I do have a couple other videos that are already recorded that I'm going to put up at some point this week, but after that, after Friday, for at least a week, I won't be putting up any videos because I'm going on tour and I won't have my computer. So just so you know, there's going to be a week without any videos. And also, I plan on vlogging the tour. So if all goes well, I will have an awesome video about the tour for you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you've read The Martian and what you thought, and if you've seen the movie as well, because I have still not seen the movie, and I definitely plan on seeing it. But I'm curious to know all of your thoughts. Anyway, I will see you soon with another video. Bye!